Yeah. So there you go, man. You got cornbread. I got.
Oh yeah. Hold up, since Saturday we in the South. You know what I mean? We're not being paid to play this, by the
I
way.
know. I
We
hope
don't
you
own
don't
the
get.
rights to this music at
Yeah,
all. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna give him a little touch.
I hope we don't get taken down. It's a musical day.
There we go.
You gave. Oh, okay. You really gave.
That's a little touch.
Yeah, that's a touch for real. That's a real live touch.
We don't want no problems.
Just a touch of love. Yeah, for real. We
Just a
definitely
little
don't
touch.
want no problems. Yes,
Nah,
sir.
yeah, what up, man?
Nothing, yo. We've been going for a minute.
Yo, straight
For
up.
a minute. You know what I'm saying? We've been
2
going
Saturdays. It's a long time.
Month. It's been a month.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Got a whole new look over here. Look at this.
Yeah, I see you looking smooth.
Clean wall. Yeah, I'm got everything just clean. Keep everything clean out here. You know what I'm saying? So new month, new me. Well, shoot, we almost in a new month. But it's all good. So we back, yo. Everybody, this is the official podcast of Heyward CPA Live. All right, give it up. You know, hey, put your hands together.
Let's get some clapping going on.
Yeah, let's get a little time. Yeah. We always for the kids though.
And we got hit them with the little. And then we go right here too. But on both. That's us just catching up, right?
Yeah. Yo, you on it. I see, yo. Your energy. You on something else right now. This gonna be fun.
Yeah, no doubt.
I was gonna be extra. I thought I was gonna be extra.
Man, we kind of interchange a little bit. This might be this Heyward CPA Live, definitely. Thanks everybody for joining. But we're gonna have some cross-functional conversations we'll call up in this joint too. You know what I'm saying? So this episode 2 might go cross over to that as well. You know what I mean? Because we're gonna dig in the crates here today.
Okay.
Have some fun. You know,
the crates crew up in there. Yeah. All right then. So, well, I guess we got to catch everybody up. It's been a couple of months. It's been a month. It's been over a month.
Yeah,
we got plenty that we can touch on. Plenty. But I'll start with. I posted the joint last night. So.
Oh yeah, I seen that.
Yeah, the first episode of Q&A with JCPA has been posted to the YouTube channel. Check it out. Get some feedback. Get your questions in. Because they real short. They not, nothing long, nothing drawn out. It's real short. Check it out. It's on the YouTube channel. It was good. I was actually happy that I went ahead and actually got it done. Like, you know what I'm saying? Done as opposed to trying to make it perfect. Just did it. You know what I'm saying? So that was a big win for me personally to go ahead and get that done. So over there, we'll keep building on that. But yeah, that was the first first joint on there. So
nice.
Had some views. I was surprised because first of all, I thought I had put it on private. I didn't know I had put it up there. Then I looked. I was like, oh, it was up there. So that one of how should your business be formed? That's the first thing. That's the first question I dipped into for that episode. They're gonna come out pretty frequently because it's not hard to tell. So that's that. So that's the first announcement I have. We take that instead of the book review. So that's what we had going on. But what's going on with you? I mean, you got your shirt. You focused.
Focus.
Hype. You real hype.
It's warm outside.
It's hot outside.
It's warm out. It's gonna be hot later. It's warm though. You know,
it's like I'm like it was fall 2 weeks ago. Now,
for not even maybe 3 days ago. You know what I'm saying?
Now we sitting up here. It's on fire. So
crazy. Yeah, I'm good, man. Saturday, I woke up, man, with how you wake up with a thought, but you don't wake up with a thought. I woke up to a thought.
Okay.
So when my eyes opened, the thought just was like sitting there because I guess it was pondering on me, right?
Okay.
This is real. It's simple but complex. It's a paradox. Broke out the pen, I had to break down the pen this morning, start writing some stuff.
Okay. Well, we ready
It's
to hear it.
relatable across all mediums. You know how I go. You know what I'm saying? It
Mhm.
goes across all mediums.
Okay.
Yo, everything is something, yet nothing at all.
Oh boy. Yo, 11 o'clock in the morning, huh? Okay. So, right, yeah. All right.
Yo,
So,
listen, I mean,
you gotta work. You gotta work on that one. I got nothing for that, people. He's gonna break it down.
There's two sides to this thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yo, you know what I mean? So think about it like this. Everything is something, right? So everything exists. Objects, experiences, thoughts. And we're gonna, this is gonna flat out to where we go with our business communications and stuff, right? So, but everything that exists, objects, experience, thoughts, has some kind of weight or presence, right? Even the smallest detail is something.
Okay.
Yet nothing at all. So at the same time, when you step back, these things are fleeting, temporary, and in the grand scheme may hold no permanent weight.
Dang. Okay.
Let that sit in for a minute.
Yeah, what'd you have for dinner? Things like that.
So hold on. Let me see. I wrote a couple different things, but I'm gonna keep it real simple. To exist is to be something, but existence itself rests on the edge of nothingness, since life is finite.
Okay, I can follow that one.
You can follow that one?
I can follow that one.
All right, so watch this. Here's the next one. To an extent, yeah, definitely. Every moment, every problem, every success is something. It matters. It shapes us. Yet in time, those same things may fade into nothing at all. So I'm building off of this thing right here, right?
Okay.
So watch this. Everything is something. Every client, every sale, every mistake, it all matters. Each piece shapes the story of our lives as entrepreneurs and our business. Yet nothing at all. At the same time, those same things don't define you forever. A lost deal isn't the end. A bad month won't ruin you. Even the biggest wins eventually fade into the background as you grow. So, some key takeaways would be to value the present moment, celebrate small wins, learn from challenges, keep your perspective. Don't let setbacks crush you or victories make you complacent. And focus on consistency, because building a business is about creating rhythm, not chasing highs and lows.
Okay. That's where we were headed.
Right. And so let me do my closing thought real quick.
Do your closing thought. There you go.
All right. As business owners, we live in the tension of this paradox. Everything matters, but nothing defines us. So that's where freedom lies, in between that paradox.
Now that's heavy. And what time did you wake up this morning? You woke up on that. Yo, what you on? Yo, that's
I woke up to that thought. I was like, wait a minute. Everything is something, but nothing at all. I was like sitting, I must have played that thing in my head like 40 times.
Yo,
then I had to get up and start writing, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, that's good stuff. That is good stuff. I mean, that's you see, no, it makes sense though. I mean, like, stuff is everything in the moment, but in the grand scheme is nothing. So getting over abundant, being too high, too low is, it's not good. It's not healthy either. Be too high, too low. It's not healthy. So what you're saying, that paradox, it makes a lot of sense. So it sounds like, you got a meme series coming up with just your face over there. You just say, you put it over your face and say that.
I ain't get that far, but I mean, I'll take that.
Well, that's a conversation. What you mean? That's a conversation with Core, because only Core can have that conversation.
I guess so.
Yeah,
because I got some other aspects in, but I'm gonna leave that for the conversation with Core piece. You know what I mean?
Oh, you got some heavy writing. Okay.
Oh yeah, I was in this joint. Yeah, telling you.
No,
Word
so,
up. Like wins are worth celebrating, but they don't define it. Setbacks feel heavy, but in time they shrink.
Yeah.
Every choice does matter, yet it is not final. I mean, like this thing was just like
it's like, who thinks like this is really the question.
no, it's not like who thinks
And like, on a Saturday morning too.
Let me
Like,
put my helmet on. What do you mean?
yeah, no, it's not like it's Monday morning. Like, I'm ready, on Saturday morning, you woke up on this. Now that's serious. You intense.
Yo, because this is what we do every day, all day, right?
I know, but dang, I ain't mad at it though. That's good stuff.
That's trying to find the peace in between the lines, bro.
Absolutely. We all are.
You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to find that gap in between that line, you know?
Yeah, see, you've diffused me now. I can't even rant now because
you could go. You could go on a rant. No, this ain't no Buddha blood. As a matter of fact, if you underpin this, this will give you a good foundation to go on your rant, because you could do paradox. Paradox meaning there's two sides to it.
Oh yeah, well, it's two sides.
They cancel each other out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But so I'm gonna let you ran on, because I got I told you a month ago that I had a decent episode for us to talk about some stuff, man.
Oh, okay.
Well, do your thing.
I'm not. See, I'm saying I'm not in that zone, right? I'm not in the rant zone, but I just do want to pass a message on, to our people. We got our people that's online, our studio audience that's watching. What's up? Shout out to all y'all. Big shouts in the chat and all that. But just the experience I had per se. And on a discovery meeting.
Professional meeting.
Yeah, it was professional. All right. So hold on. How you gonna make me hold on?
Hold on, yo, look, because you just started something, right? So look, what you about to talk about is actually a paradox. So this is good, because what was presented in that professional meeting wasn't actually so.
No, it wasn't. It
was something,
but it was really nothing.
Yet it was nothing at all.
It was nothing at all. It was nothing. So I'm saying, and look, we don't call everything, because we are a professional organization.
Yeah, we're not making fun of nobody. We just sharing experiences, because this is what we go through.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So, I say this. I mean, go to the meeting. Met with somebody, trying to help them. Go in. As I've said many times, we're moving to this advisory space. We're trying to solve problems, come with solutions, but holistic solutions, not just acute solutions. It's a holistic.
Oh, you just went back to high school, acute angles and all that stuff.
Well, acute is immediate. Like acute care, like when you you got cold, you do basically you treat the symptoms, or you treat the disease. That's what we got going. So we're going trying to address the disease. So I had a conversation with somebody, this person, and it was an effort. It was an effort to have that, so much that I was told that I was being difficult. Now, could you guys imagine me being difficult? I mean, me? Oh, so anyway, I was being difficult. And, within the time span, the acute answer had not been clarified in there. I was like, okay, cool, reset. I call myself, and let me tell you something. I had done this nice presentation, the graph, the whole nine. It was beautiful.
You giving way too many details there, buddy.
you know, I really don't care. But the point is,
we care.
no, but I never presented it. So
yeah, I get you.
Yeah. So with my point about it is that, and we talk about getting better all the time, and like I prepared for this meeting. See, a lot of the time, you know, like I'm saying to that point, like I had prepared for it.
I got you.
So that's what I'm saying. It goes with the paradox thing. Like I had prepared with the expectation of it being different than it was. So everything that you know, so we can even use your paradox. My preparation meant nothing because the preparation for the meeting, I prepared for a meeting that didn't happen. I prepared for something else. And I mean, no, I got hit with something else. I prepared for something, you know, and it wasn't that way. So anyway, you know, see now you getting me warmed up. Here we go. So so anyhow, we go through whatever, and I'm gonna get to the meat, the thing that really ticked me off. And I don't even know how this goes into a topic. I just have to say it to voice it. So sometime in this meeting, it was alluded to that a chance was being provided to this firm on certain pretenses. A chance. Given a chance. Now I want to say something. I'm highly grateful and blessed beyond belief to have been in business 15 years. Been a CPA coming up now on 17 years. At this point, with the experience and the effort and the time that we put in, we put in to maintain a license, expand our knowledge base to become better at everything. I don't need anyone's chance, especially if you called me. See, a chance in my mind is when I call you. You call us. Call me. So what do you mean you giving me a chance? What? No. The mistake was we were giving you a chance. And not only that, we were giving you a chance to really absolutely help you in the proper way so that it doesn't, things don't repeat itself. So anyhow, like a true professional, because I will tell you one thing, I can't stand that. I can't stand when people say that, especially under the pretense of, I'm gonna call it what it is, pretense of being in an ethnic group, especially when it comes from your own ethnic group. It perpetuates something that I cannot stand. So, because if you're telling me that, whether it was meant that way or not, we're going with this you know, this thing that, what, I'm not worthy enough? I'm not good enough? You giving me a chance? Are you giving me what do you mean you giving me a chance? Like, what does that mean? Like, you expect me to be inferior, but you're gonna give me a chance anyway? Because that's what I hear. Like, I don't know.
You know, things like that that gets my juices flowing though, right? Because you go, Kory, you doing too much. I'm like, nah, I gotta give it to them like this because when they run into other situations, they're gonna look back. We just had that. Did we not just have that?
Yeah.
We had a situation.
Yep.
They brought something to us. Anytime it's me, it's us.
Yeah, of course.
Wrote it down. Then all of a sudden, circling the block.
Yep.
Right. And so, but see, this goes. So I understand where you're coming from. I think we talk about this all the time. We work, and this goes just for this is context for again, anyone that watches these podcasts, these lives, and to understand that we're not necessarily. This is not a downplay situation. These are scenarios that we go through in business that other business owners go through. So, hopefully you guys can draw something out of this as we talk about it, right? Mm-hmm. However, these are things that we talk about. How do we actually get to the functional part of a relationship of the people that we serve and that we want to serve? Because quite frankly, we are in a particular industry. We choose to be here. We choose to be at this level to help small business owners rise above and help them get to different levels. We could easily go and keep playing in the corporate space like we've always done. That's nothing. You know what I'm saying? Clock out on Friday, come back on Monday, even
Yep.
as a contractor or your own boss. You know what I'm saying? But we
Yep.
choose to be here, and these are the things that we run up against. We run up against these mindsets, these perceptions, and then they bake us into all of the other experiences that they run across, right?
Yeah.
And and when I say I get juiced up over that, because then I like to actually get clarification from people and then re-educate them on their own process of due diligence, so they can further their understanding of what it is that you're receiving, what it is that you're saying, how you're saying it, and this is going to lead to one of the topics again that we talk about, right? How should a CEO/founder think about money? Because a lot of these inconsistent comments, a lot of the behaviors and habits form around money. It's all based off of money, the functions of money. People think they understand what money is, and money is not what most people think it is. You know, there's levels to money, and so this again shapes that conversation and shapes those thoughts, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, to your point, yeah, it's so we always run across these interesting things, man, and
Yeah.
you know,
Well, the point I'm making is 15 years in. I mean, we are look, we here every other Saturday. Like you see us. It's no you
yeah,
like
but
we
we
don't
ain't,
have
but yeah, we, you know what, we don't need, man, we don't need got to do. They know people, the people that need to
the
find us
people's
know
on
where
here
we
that
at.
know. No, I'm saying
People,
that
they
for a
know.
teaching moment. I'm saying for a teaching moment that like this goes into your paradox. Because had I, and there's a time where something like that would have truly affected me, like I would have been,
Yeah,
you know, I'm not like him. I'm like, okay, yeah, we gonna scorch your earth now. So that. But I've learned. And so, you know, we at a point now where, you know, hey, you get presented with this stuff. People will test your professionalism. They'll test your experience. It's part of the game. They will test you. They'll question you. But what you have to make sure is you don't question yourself. Because it's easy to question yourself when you're in business at times when things aren't going well or something happens. It's very easy to do because most people, when you running your own situation, I mean, you hard on yourself. I mean, you know, people, you if you're a self starter, you're gonna be self critical. You're gonna criticize yourself. So when you
right.
hear it externally or you get something that gets you riled up, or and then you know, and sometimes you know they say that people like you know hit dogs holler, but sometimes it's not really the truth. It's your reaction is so that you don't absorb what the person's saying. So you don't say, well, you know what, you're right. Yeah, give me a shot. I don't deserve to be. I really don't deserve the spot. So yeah, thank you because
Well, I
you
mean,
know
that comes with the territory of building yourself and your process and your belief and your confidence. You're gonna go through that. But I to you again, paradox. To the other side of that, you know, a lot of people don't really. Well, I mean, if let me go to our to cousin's statement over here. Put cuz up there.
we already established how to say it.
What up, cuz?
You go to the cuz.
Right.
We established.
You know, but look, if you're gonna question yourself, you don't question yourself in a doubtful way. Usually my motto is allow a situation to teach you what you don't know. What don't I know that I need to know? Right. But we're not really in that phase right now. We're talking about the fact of providing services or products to people and they downplaying you. Now, here's the elephant in the room, if you will. It depends on the people that surround them that they're used to. You're gonna get the average thought, the average question, which is a reflection of what they've been receiving, not necessarily what we've been giving. And if we give them to your scenario, we were giving proper information after we did a discovery of questions, and their answers weren't aligning with what we know to be the best possible direction, right? And we can show that because we deal with it every single day. But we do know from being in this particular industry situation scenarios, we know that process that they were so-called regurgitating, or experiences that they were so-called regurgitating, is the common mindset and the common approach of that common place, that common environment, right? And so, back to your point, yeah, you've been in business 15 years, you've been had your license 17 years, you've been doing your thing and seeing stuff. For me, yeah, I get it. Thank you for the information. Thank you for helping me remind myself of who I am. But I'm still gonna give you this, and then let's see how you could cash that check.
Yeah, well, it's stylistic. First of all, you enjoy that. You enjoy the banner. You like that.
Because you know what? I like to give people the Now, I'm not going to say the benefit of the doubt. What I'm going to say is it might be a portion of that, but it's more so like they must not know. They really don't have an idea. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my best foot forward to help them get some understanding. Because that's my core principle. Seek understanding first. And if you can't see, if you don't have that, I'm going to help you seek understanding. Yeah, well, and after you have some understanding, if you still carry on that way, now I can hold you accountable because you just made a choice to stay with that ignorant stuff. So now it's time for me to pack my bags and go the other direction. Yeah. And so what that does, it leaves me guilt-free. It let me go to sleep at night because I'm out here. I made a choice to be in this industry at this level of the industry to help bring people up.
Yeah, well, see, that's nice. Now, we need to listen. We need
that's just being. That ain't nice. I'm not a nice guy.
No, you
not about being nice.
That was because it's better than what I'm about to say. So listen, I'm telling you, while I believe all that too, my knee jerk in the place is that, and it's part of it because of this profession I'm in, and different people will have the same experience. I'm in a profession that's not misunderstood, and part of it is our own doing. Yeah. The things that happen in this profession in accounting they're always presented as easy, to be honest with you. Yeah. It's a lot of it. I met with a gentleman yesterday, and I was kind of talking to him about this, like, everybody, because of various accounting softwares and the way we are out here, people think bookkeeping is easy. They think it's almost like the vocational aspect has been taken out. There are also a lot of people around here and call themselves accountants. They took 2 accounting classes and they call themselves accountants now. They do that. There's a blurred line between a CPA and accountant, and as I tell people, I'm not on that extra because I was a non-licensed CPA before I got my license, but I studied, So we have this thing where people, and especially in our tribe, don't really know how to buy our services, don't know how to purchase them. So there's a respect level that comes, and sometimes somebody gotta get hit in the mouth so they listen to you. And that's just what it is. So in this scenario, while obviously I did not physically do that, I changed my tone. And as I said, a lot of this is self-inflicted. And I changed my tone. I became the expert because now we are no longer having an equal conversation. And the bottom line was this: for this individual, and if this individual ever sees it, it doesn't make a difference. This is what came to me while I'm in there. I said, the problem with this situation is you like to talk and don't want to listen. You want me to just listen to what you're doing. But here's the fact. I can fix your problem without you. You can't fix your problem without me. And at that point, That's when I realized. That's when I was able to get to the zen where you were. Because I was like, that's the fact. I can fix your problem without even talking to you anymore. Why? Because we've been in business 15 years. I've seen this before. I was worked in accounting my whole life because of my father. Since the time I was about 8 years old. So you best believe that what you talking about, I've seen it. There's no problem. But because I'm not arrogant like that, I don't come in. So, I'm listening. I go through the process. So the story for all y'all, this is not just a rant session. It's like we're saying, don't question yourself, but stand on your training and your professionalism. And especially when it comes to pricing, do not be afraid to ask for your price. Do not, because what people don't see is the time that you take to improve. What they don't see is the time that you go through experiences of completing other jobs that you learn on. They don't see that. They see their problem. They come to you, XYZ, and they think it's easy. I mean, oh man, the number of tax returns that I've heard is mine is easy. Then why'd you come here? Because it's clearly not easy. Otherwise, you would just do it. So, people,
can I pay a bill real quick?
Yeah, I'm done with this, man. I'm finished.
I want to pay a bill. I want to pay a bill real quick.
Yeah, I'm done. Yo, I'm finito.
I'm paying the bill real quick.
What is this? Oh, yo.
I'm gonna pay a bill real quick. Yo. BYO bookkeeper.
Yeah, BYO.
Are you following your dollars so they can make sense?
Oh yeah, that's it. That's it.
I'm done.
Man,
Bills paid.
Bills paid. Hopefully, we'll see. Go to BYO bookkeeper.info.
Net. .info. Yeah.
Is it net?
Is it? I think it's net. Yeah.
That's terrible.
Net. It's net. BYO bookkeeper. BYO bookkeeper.net.
Be your own bookkeeper. That's right.
BYOB.
So experience, I can teach you to be your own bookkeeper. In 3 lessons will put you straight, get you straight. So anyhow, no rant there. But look, but the takeaway, we got to leave on a good thing. I'm saying, and whatever you doing, people, look, man, we talk about this in popular. People hate, man. You catch hate in the BI world, and they don't even intend to hate, but people be hating, man. You know what I mean? Like, people just hate. I don't hate. That's the thing. I think that's what ticks me off so much. I'm like, come on, man. I don't negotiate people's prices. I don't let somebody give me a price and then say, well, can you do it? So whatever. I can either afford it or I can't. If you say, well, is that too much? Come on, man. People always want to come up. You quote a price. Well, now, and those same people, if you ask them the price, what do you think about spending? Well, I don't know. See, you did know. You just wanted to see if my price was going to be less than what you was going, you wanted to spend. That's why we never quote anything cheap. We don't quote it cheap. Because the other thing too is there's always something else. And that's the big thing with this meeting.
Yeah.
In our business, until you get underneath the hood, you never really know what's in there.
I'm glad you said that.
So,
because this thing you talking about, they couldn't even find the latch to the hood. The latch was missing.
Yeah, for real. That's it. I mean, seriously, like that's
the latch. But they trying to tell you what's under the hood, but they don't even know what's under the hood.
That's
right. Because they can't even find the latch for the hood.
Yeah, it was crazy. They telling me, oh, what needs to be fixed first. And I'm like, you ain't even listening to the car. You ain't even gonna look in there. So that's what I'm saying. See, that's the type of thing. That's the situation. So that was the most. It wasn't that pertinent because I mean, trust me. Back to your paradox. I went to sleep that night and didn't think twice about it. The reason being because hey, I sent the follow up because we're professionals. Don't expect to hear from them. until.
I usually say people got to go to the grocery store at some point in time.
Yeah, but
you know how many people you catch in the parking lot like, oh hey,
Oh,
hey, oh hey,
yeah,
yeah, oh yeah, I remember you. Oh yeah. Do you
yeah,
think you know? Absolutely. Hold on, wait, hold that thought. Let
yeah,
me
hold
go
on.
ahead and get some milk for the
Yeah,
baby. I'll be back. You know what
yeah,
I mean?
yeah, yeah. But that's some, but you just threw the BYOB, man. BYOB really, and sometimes things I'm going to add to your pack because I'm catching up. About 11:30, I could start thinking deep.
Oh
So
yeah, okay, gotcha.
like, we really have to in business. I think this is a big lesson too. Certain things aren't for us. Um, one challenge. One challenge.
What you do, man? Where you go?
Yo, I'm under pressure. They
Where you go?
yo, son. Oh man, I hit a button. Oh
Uh-oh.
man, yo, they after me, man. Yo,
That's all
I should be back.
Yo, this is
Yo,
a funny episode, bro. We
yo,
can't be taking month. We can't have a month off next time, man.
yo, what's going on, man? Yo, how they gonna do this to the kid?
You went straight dark. But look, we can still hear you though. You know,
yo, hold on, man. I know, but that's like, see,
you
man.
just went. I mean, like, there's no light at all.
I know what the heck, yo. Come on, man. Oh, there we go.
Right.
I should be back. I should be coming back. Hopefully. What you talk? Oh yeah. So anyway, look.
He kicked. You there?
Yeah, I'm here, man. I got nothing. I got nothing.
There's nothing. There's nothing.
I got nothing. Oh yeah.
You're
So
right.
I'm trying to teach a lesson.
Finish your statement.
Yeah. So there we go. See, that was foul. They tried to get me, man. I told you, Illuminati out here tried to get me, man.
Nah,
so,
we ain't talking about none of that stuff, man.
Yo, I'm just so
we keep this clean.
No, what I was saying was everything isn't for everybody, so it applies in business too. So everything. So just to take that example, on some levels, that the opportunity, good opportunity. We would have never looked at it if the opportunity wasn't good. But does it match our forward business plan? Like, does it match? Which we leaning heavy on BYOB. So did it align with that? Did it, would it stretch resources in a way away from that? And those are things you have to have. We talked about it. At this point, we don't have to worry about that. But I think it's important to understand that sometimes every dollar is not a good dollar, and that's not a common thought. But every dollar is not a good dollar if you have a plan and you're trying to go in a place, and especially if you're trying to move. So if you've done one service line or offered a product the same way, and you say, hey, I want to do something different, well, there's still going to be opportunities to do what you used to do. Those, they're going to keep coming up. And, at what point do you decide, well, look, I'm no longer doing what I used to do? You have to go back and say, you know what, that's not that. And, our philosophy here, we listen to all opportunities because that's,
but you got to identify them too, right? Because, my thing is, I ask people all the time, are you looking for a transactional opportunity situation? You know what I mean? Or are you looking for a long term, right? And some people know the answer to that. A lot of people don't know the answer. And as a business owner, you got to make sure your model, figure out what your model is. What products and services are you providing? Because yes, there's going to be some transactional stuff. But and maybe you have just a straight transactional business. But I think every business has portions of relationships, right? Which are longevity based, right? But but there are some people that now there's some, again, got me reverting back to this. This was a transactional move because there wasn't a this wasn't a longevity play for for that situation.
Nope.
They needed something that was just you like it's almost like, yo, I need you to fall in line, right? I need you to be the pawn on the chessboard, right? If you graduate to a knight or a bishop, maybe, but right now I need you as a pawn because I need to move you so you could take the blows and get sacrificed, and I could get placed in a better position so I could go off and do this thing. So that wasn't really that's their own personal model. It wasn't their business because they didn't start the business. They don't own the business. They just put in position to orchestrate it, right, if you will. So but just understanding the transactional versus the relationship aspect of the business.
And yeah, well, and even for us though, to keep this a teaching point, even though I we looked at it as transactional too, but we still kept to our standard.
Understood.
So you know what I'm saying. So it's just saying that sometimes sometimes something that may not fit in your future model presents itself. You go handle it, boom, but don't compromise, yourself, your resources, or anything like that to do it.
That's why you got to identify what it is you're working with, so you can put it in that bucket.
That's right. So you know what it is. So that's enough on that. So yeah. Anyway, that's cool. That's done. We're still here. We're still standing. We got lights. We got little, flavored lights over here. Everybody got a little flavor going on. We got different things going on. So yeah, we can move on from that. But I mean, this was a teachable moment for everybody. So myself included. So I was just glad. I wanted to share that. Now, when I originally thought about sharing it, it was a lot more colorful. But
I just tone you down a little bit.
Yeah, well, it's not. That colorfulness was not productive. So it was going to be some serious stuff. Social economic things. It was a lot happening. Yeah, it was all good. It was tame. So what else you got? What else we got going on? It's almost October. Time to file your taxes if you haven't yet, by the way.
Not only that, but also make sure you're looking forward to your 2026 game plan. So make sure we don't talk about it much here, but this is the time if you need some if you need the RNA call, our research and analysis call, to talk about your tax planning strategies, or to begin to understand what that is, or share your goals and objectives with us so we can help you out. Click the link in the box, go to the URL, schedule a call with us, HeywardCPA.com, and let's get it going, right?
It's about that time.
It's definitely about that time, right? Things are happening.
Yeah,
things are happening again. We got another round of political shifts happening. People can run in for office, getting reelected. New seats, new this, all across the country. Things are happening, right? So if we think those things don't affect us, think again. You don't got to be a politician to know that, but just again, get your walking order. I think so. Today's topic really was about how CEOs think about money, and so there was a lot of meat in what we talked about in that aspect today, in various situations. But I guess this is something that people can ask themselves. How do you think about money? Where is your place with money at? Is it a long-term thing? Is it a short-term thing? Is it a feel-good thing? Do you think the money you make is the money the money you get is the money that kicks out? Does it translate into something else? Does it flow through different pipelines, sort of like your bathroom sink upstairs that flows through the house, through wherever it's got to go outside? You know what I mean? They come in, they go out, right? So how do you think about money? Where do you place money? And then how do you manage that, right? My statement was, do you follow the dollars so they make sense? So SENC or CENTS, it all depends on what perspective you're coming from. I learned a long time ago, it's kind of reversed now, but if you take care of the pennies, the dollars will take care of themselves, right? But James always talking about knowing the scorecard, and that's important. How could you play a game you don't know the score? You ain't keeping score. Yeah. And it's difficult for a lot of people. I think, It's just about knowing all aspects of business, right? Money is actually the language of business, right? If you don't know how to read and write, how could you sign a contract, right? How could you even read a contract? Because just because you can read don't mean you know how to comprehend. It's a
Oh,
skill. It takes work.
that's true too. That's a
So
big.
it's the same thing. So it's the same thing with money, right? You get money. You see little kids. Oh, I got $1. They like, yo, I want to go. It's hot. Can you take me to the store? I need to buy me something.
Yeah, they ready.
So we grew up. Yeah. So as we end up as adults, the same way,
We spend money.
and
Yep.
yeah, and small businesses have a high impact on the economy, but we have the lowest impact on our own personal improvement. And always not just the money, not just the accounting aspect. When you cross over to biz therapy, we talking about your sales and business development plan. How are you generating revenue? Who are you talking to? What's your consistency, your frequency? Do you have a profile? Do you have an operations plan? Do you have a business plan? Do you have this? Do you have that? Right? Where are things put? Where's your milestone so you know what exit you're getting off when you're traveling these long highways of business? So it's a full functioning 7 systems of business aspect, and it starts with the foundation of money, because most of us, if not all of us, we underfunded.
Yeah. Well, let's
politics. All politics is talking about is money and power. That's it.
Yeah, but I want to. I got a couple of touch points.
Yeah, I threw a lot, so because I know you want to keep you going for another 35 minutes. Go ahead.
No, we rolling out today, man. Listen, this is no, no, we won't be here too long over time. One of the things which you were just mentioning, a lot of terms out there, legit terms, but what I'm finding that people, small business owners, there's a tremendous amount of anxiety when it comes to money, and there's a facade that people put on about money and their knowledge about money, and people, because in America, you expected to know, since money is the baseline of everything in this society, it's assumed that everybody knows about money. If you think about it, like, and if you ever posed, if the questions ever posed to you, man, you probably don't pretend, or you'll deflect and be like, I heard. There's always the I heard. Who'd you
Somebody
hear?
told.
Somebody told. Yeah, somebody told me, them, this is that.
Yeah.
But it's very rarely is it, yeah, I know that, Some people say that, but they don't. They're saying it while asking the question. Well, I know so-and-so, but blah, 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 which means that they probably really don't know. They're trying to get answers, and being an accountant, they always asking for validation, something they heard, something they saw on the internet, or something like that. So even with small businesses, for all the items that you mentioned, the 7 systems of business, I believe there's a similar anxiety. See, because we're dealing with something where people think business is supposed to be easy. I really do believe that people think it's supposed to be easy. And that goes from how media covers it. It's how it is. Or we got TV shows, these reality shows on business, or the only thing you see in media is the plus side, stuff side. Even if you take one of those rescue shows, you see a restaurant that's in the dumps, terrible food, and within 40 minutes now it's humming. That ain't real life, people. That stuff took a bunch of time. We don't know what happened.
Months, years, yeah.
And we don't know if they survived after the show left. We don't know.
Right.
But what gets imprinted in your brain is, wow, I saw them do that. House flipping shows. I mean, you got an hour. They completed in an hour. We don't know how many months. We don't know that. So we have this thing where people come in, they think it's easy. What success stories? This young person paid off all their debt in 3.5 months. They paid off $300,000 in debt in like 2 months. You know, like you're not going to see articles of this business owner is trying to make payroll every week and smoking cigarettes. So you're not going to see that. So people have this perception that it's just easy. And so when you hear something, I think what happens is that people hear what we're laying out, what you're laying out, 7 systems it goes in. They are literally intimidated, but they will never admit it. You know what I'm saying? They'll, you know, they are literally intimidated. They see stuff, they hear that. Sales. I can tell you, small business owners don't sit down and think about sales because it's assumed that the sale is going to happen. They assume that, well, if my stuff is good enough, it's going to sell. Not necessarily. Because why? You have to market it. So people think marketing is making a flyer. No, marketing is actually segmenting the marketplace to understand who you're selling to. Making a flyer is promotion.
Collection of data, correct.
Yeah, like so marketing is like, wait, who we doing? They're crossing. So the terms people don't really know. And but we're supposed to know these things because anybody can start a business in the United States. So, wow, if anybody could do it, that means it's common knowledge. And no, it's not. It's not common knowledge. You have to continue to learn. You have to go to biz therapy to have someone to guide you on business. Human resource. Yeah, you see how I do it. HR is not easy. Staffing is not easy. Leadership is not easy. All this born leader stuff, yeah, whatever. You can learn to be a leader, and you have to learn to be a leader. If you start a business, you have to learn it.
Yeah, so you're not born with it. You ain't great. You know, you ain't just put on the leader suit either. Yeah, and that word is used very loosely with leadership.
Goodness, they use it like friend. Yeah.
No, that's my friend over there. Yeah, hey, friend. Everybody in my house, friend. Did you steal my cookies?
Yeah, I'm a this leader. I'm a that leader. I'm a whatever. You know, okay. And people are. But listen, you know, you got to put in some time for it. So, but that got me to, underfunded. And this might be a good Q&A, but I'm going to preview it now. So let's understand what we mean by underfunded. Underfunded is, I want you to, when I say underfunded, and most times what's happening is that there are not enough capital resources to withstand the business cycle. So, and especially when you first start, you may have enough money. You got enough money to open. You got enough money, you got it placed nice. Oh, get a nice office. You got I've seen people have beautiful offices and their phone doesn't ring. The office look great. Can't get nobody's coming there but them. They sitting there by themselves in a great office. So underfunded, which is not, I'm not saying there's a negative, but underfunded means I don't have enough money to sit in this office until the phone eventually rings. And you can be worried. Look, there's very few things that you're going to do without risking going to prison that you just going to turn around and make money like that. It's just a reality. So when you start a business, and this is when you start with an idea and you put it in the marketplace. If you got a contract, you used to work somewhere, and now they want to hire you as a contractor, and now you have a business, I categorize you as self-employed. I mean, because you took it. I mean, you're getting paid. You got one client. That's what you got going on. You're not really trying to get any other clients. You're only using 2 of the systems. So you're self-employed, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's beautiful. But if you have a business where you have an idea, you putting in the marketplace, you depend on the market to purchase your service or product. Patience. And you need patient money. And you need patient money for the business. And you need patient money for your life because you still got to live.
So what you're saying is money is a tool.
Oh, that's all it is.
So you saying money funds growth, stability, and opportunities.
Well, you say that. I just say
So it's not profit, it's leverage.
I'm doing the summary. I'm the summary. You the long version, and I'm the
I'm hitting bullet points. You ain't hear me say no long. I wasn't long winded. I'm hitting bullet points off of your summary.
Yeah, but it's a tool, but it's understanding, just a term. And I think there's something I'm gonna try to do more. We use a lot of terms, and I I'm no longer under the impression that people understand what I'm talking about, even if they're nodding their head yes.
Yeah.
I don't believe that they even know, what we're talking about or whatever. I just and it's not like a downer, I'm not putting anyone down. I'm saying I think that even finance people, business people, because we're in it, we know what we're talking about. And then people who are getting into it or aren't in full time, they have to engage with us. And then, and then you're like, you may not really understand what I'm saying. Not that you can't understand it. It's never been explained to you. So that's why
it's the same like marketing, right? It's the same like when you got a marketing firm and you might know something about marketing. You might be familiar with marketing, and you go sit with a actual marketing professional. Matter of fact, you don't even need to sit with nobody. Look at the big brands. You look at the big corporations, the technology joints, right? The ones that you use every day. They spend they send millions of dollars on marketing on things we have no idea about. Matter of fact, for those that's watching this, if I don't know if you've ever watched the show Focus, the movie Focus with Will Smith, that right there, the from the middle to the end will break down what James is trying to say in terms of understanding. Because if you don't have the nuance or the intricacies, that's where you can miss a lot of everything, anything and everything, right? So, but yeah, that's a good movie right there to kind of explain a little bit more in depth on how things are positioned.
Yeah, and then when the resources are there, ask. When in doubt, ask. So, and I also throw this because most people, when they finish their formal schooling, they no longer have an interest in being a student, and that's not sustainable. When you're trying to build a business, it's not sustainable. You had to be a student, so you had to ask questions. And nowadays, I mean, you can ask questions of your GPT. I mean, of your LLM.
But see, you know how I feel about that, right? Because people are using it in a way like, oh, now it's like, okay, cool.
Well, no, I'm saying if you become a student, see, that's what the key is. What I said, you have to be a student to ask. And so instead of asking a professor per se, now that knowledge base is out there, so you have to understand what you're asking. Not something basic like how I make my business better. And it's going to give you something generic.
A lot of search is on that, a lot of analytics on that search.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. But how can something broad answer that question for you? The LLM does not know your business, so how can they answer that? So you be more specific. Like I see now I'm doing another prompt engineering. I did it in the staff meeting the Friday before last. I ended up doing a prompt engineering workshop real quick, but I think sidebar, I've taken about 3 prompt engineering courses, by the way. So just on the sidebar. But one thing about it is being specific. And I think that applies to even the things we talk about. The more granular you can get into something, the better.
Oh, wait, that's a big word. Grain. What you mean, grain? You talking about grains, like grain of salt, grain of sand on the beach?
Yeah, exactly.
Mustard seed. Okay, gotcha.
So yeah, exactly. That's it. So tag, I'm in now. See, I'm taking over. That's right. So I could roll by 12 o'clock. I'm really kicking now. So, but no, the more specific and granular you can get, the more all these AI things work. That's how they work. Correct. They have to get specific. Correct. But those are the things that you got to become a student. You have to become a student, and you have to be in this and not afraid to learn and not because you're gonna make mistakes. That's number one. You are going to make mistakes. You start a business, you're gonna make a mistake. That's just if you think you're not gonna make a mistake, then just get out now because you're going to make mistakes. You're gonna have rough times. You're gonna have tough times. You're gonna have times when you question yourself and you say, well, "What am I doing?" There's times you're gonna say, "I knew what I was doing. I don't know why I did that." You're gonna have all that. Henceforth, why you need business therapy.
Yeah, but remember, everything is something, yet nothing at all.
Yeah, because tomorrow is a new day.
Yeah,
it never fails.
No, it never does.
You know, and
you'll never know if it fails. Listen, if you don't wake up tomorrow, you won't know that tomorrow failed.
Yeah, so one way, yeah. So one way or the other is going to resolve itself.
Yeah,
without you, it's going to be resolved. So
100%.
That hey, shoot, that's where to leave it there because that's one way or the other, man. It's gonna be like that. So you have to, But this is, I think the takeaway for me is, look, business isn't easy, man. But and if you watch the show or listen to the show, I am the apologist for small businesses. I'm like, yeah, do them, but just understand what you're getting into because we want people to do better. I mean, we want you to do better. So you need to know what's going on. And because there's nothing better when you see someone that's been successful and success. We could talk about success. I think that would be a good show anyway. But a successful business owner it's more so where they've gotten to a certain place with their business. And you could tell with them, like, they've accomplished their goal. But
they went through the muck and the mire to get there too, because I know it fit them good. It fit like a nice tailored suit.
Yeah, but those are the people. That's why when you what they call successful people usually aren't afraid to share information.
Correct.
Like truly successful people usually have no problem telling you
resources either. They like, yo, go talk to this person, go do this, go try that.
Because they, for lack of a better word, they validated themselves in the mud.
Correct.
So they're happy to share because they're like, hey, they have gratitude too. They're like, hey, so look,
shout out to our ecosystem of successful people and strategic partners and clients as well. Shout out to y'all. If you're watching us, hearing us, shout out to y'all. Big ups to y'all.
Yeah, y'all playing golf somewhere. Most of them, they all golfers. They gotta get out there early. Yeah. I think I'm gonna start caddying. I'm not even gonna bother trying to hit no more.
Come on, man, let's go. We got the.
We want to be out there. I just want to be.
We gotta get out there with Gene because I know Gene mad at us because we ain't been out there yet.
Man. Yeah,
He probably on the golf course right now.
Him, Marcus, probably out there.
Yeah. Oh, because he didn't he just do a podcast with him and
him and his guy. His
Marcus and go, yo, hey, we gotta do KWK on the golf course. So
that would kind of be cool. That'd be
dope, right?
Yeah, I'll be the caddy though, because I'm tired of playing myself. I don't.
Nah, you ain't carrying no bag, man. What you mean?
No, I'm not carrying the bag for real. I'm just be like not playing.
Cameraman,
I'll be the cameraman. There you go. I'll be the
you be the video guy.
The videographer. Yeah, I'll do that.
The media company.
Yeah, because I like being out there. I do. I mean, being on golf courses is
it's dope. Yeah, absolutely.
It's nice, man. It's tranquil.
Yeah,
all that. So
especially when it's not extremely hot.
Yes,
it's dope. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Especially when it's not. Oh man, when it's like it is nothing like it. But all that hitting the ball into the doggone trees and
into the marsh, into the all that birdie,
and making like 1 foot divots. True. It's hard, like that's like I said, I don't practice enough, man. It's just it's respecting the game. But anyhow, that was an interesting conversation. We warming back up. Getting ready for the fourth quarter. Yeah. Quarter.
Yeah. Next episode, we'll have a special guest talk about some things. We'll get back to our book reviews, talk about some books. Hopefully, everybody jumped on the previous books. Seeing Around the Corners, What Got You Here Won't Get You There, 5 Steps Ahead, and Who Moved My Cheese, right? Get on those, because we're gonna circle back on a recap, and we'll insert the next book, the next topic, how it flows. And we'll see you guys when we see you guys in 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Promise we'll be back. No replay.
HeywardCPA.com, consultations, tax time, advisory. Let's go. Biz Therapy Coaching, BIZ, therapycoaching.com. Jump out. Let's get some one-on-one coaching. Let's get some resources. Let's get some support and advisory there. BYOB, bookkeeper.net. Jump on it. If you can't find it, go to HeywardCPA.com. Click on our product page and give you some information there too. Okay?
All right.
Leave your thoughts and your questions here, and we'll follow up.
Oh,
Peace.
and subscribe. Subscribe.
And subscribe.
Channel.
Peace.
Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right. Peace out. We gone.